afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on a very busy Thursday. Brady Mallory is filling in today. Good to see you.
You too. A lot going on today.
Yeah, it really is. Let's get right to it. The NFL Players Association is calling on the league to switch artificial fields to real grass after Aaron Rodgers' Achilles tear. Catherine Merck tells us more.
The president's son, Hunter Biden, has been indicted on gun charges. We have the details and why prosecutors have brought forth the charges.
And the American cave researcher who was trapped 3,000 feet underground is recalling his survival story. But we'll get to those stories shortly, but we start with some dramatic political developments of what has happened in the last few hours. The Wisconsin Senate has voted to fire the state's top elections official.
Planned Parenthood Wisconsin says it will resume abortion services starting on Monday. And the Wisconsin Senate has voted to override Governor Evers' 400-year veto and his gutting of the tax increase.
We're covering all angles of the top two stories today. Braden Ross is at Planned Parenthood.
And Will Keneally is at the state capitol after the Senate tried to fire the state's top nonpartisan election official. We just heard from Megan Wolf in the last 30 minutes.
During my 12 years working as a nonpartisan election official, I've learned that when politicians on either side of the aisle are upset with me, it's usually because I will not bend to political pressure. The Senate's vote today to remove me is not a referendum on the job I do, but rather a reaction to not achieving the political outcome they desire.
The state's top election official, they're defending the nonpartisan nature of her work as she faces continued attempts by Republicans to remove her.
A lot of moving parts, and live at the Capitol with the latest is Will Keneally. Will?
Well, Mark and Brady, this isn't like just firing some unknown state employee. Some of the local election officials that we talked to that actually hand you your ballot say that to fire the state's top election official so close to the 2024 election would throw Wisconsin's elections into chaos. But Megan Wolf has been under fire from Republicans who continue to question the results of the 2020 election, which she oversaw. Now, they voted in the state Senate today to fire her, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she has to leave right away. She can usually stay in place until there is a replacement for her. And the state's Democratic Attorney General filed a lawsuit within the last hour here to make sure that she can stay in place.
Election cases do often move faster than other cases because of the time sensitivity. It's part of the reason that the Senate's action today was so reckless. In addition to ignoring the law, we are soon going to be heading into the process of getting ballots out for the upcoming elections.
Now, Wolf says that she'll continue to remain on while that lawsuit works its way through the state courts. This is as we're tracking a lot of action here in the state capitol. In the assembly just across the hall there, they are set to debate legislation that would fundamentally change how the state draws its legislative districts. Now, that has a direct impact on how much power Republicans will have in the state legislature here. Now, we'll be tracking all of this throughout the night here on Channel 3000. And reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Well, thank you. Starting Monday, Wisconsinites will once again be able to get abortions in their home state.
Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin announced today it will start providing abortion services again at two of its Wisconsin clinics, one in Milwaukee and one here in Madison. Braden Ross joins us live from that East Side clinic with the details. Braden?
Yeah, things are pretty quiet out here right now. We did see a few protesters walking around earlier, just a couple, but they're all cleared out by now. But come Monday, this clinic is going to be at the center of Wisconsin's abortion debate again. Now, Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin is already booking appointments for abortions, which will officially resume on Monday, September 18th. They first suspended abortions when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade more than a year ago. They say they did that to protect their doctors and patients from legal action. But today, they said a Dane County judge's ruling this summer changed the playing field.
That's the legal clarification and confirmation that we at Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin needed to resume abortion services. We are ready to provide this essential care again because there is really, in our view, not a reason to wait any longer.
In the nearly 450 days since Roe was overturned, Planned Parenthood has continued to provide abortions to Wisconsinites across state lines, like in Illinois and in Minnesota. I also spoke with the director of Wisconsin Family Action today. That's one of the pro-life groups here in the city. Their president told me she believes this move is, quote, patently illegal. Now, I'll have more on this decision coming up tonight at 5. For now, in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Braden, thank you. The announcement from Planned Parenthood came just before Senate Democrats held a pre-scheduled news conference. And while they said they were very happy to hear the news, they think it's just a first step for women who want to go that route.
Getting us back to where we were pre-Roe certainly is one step, but we have a large mountain to climb to ensure that reproductive bodies in the state of Wisconsin have the autonomy to make their own health care decisions.
Also today, the Wisconsin Senate voted today to override 3 of Governor Tony Evers' vetoes, including one that attempted to ensure school funding increases for 400 years. Republicans had the necessary majority to override the vetoes in the Senate and voted along party lines, but they don't have enough votes in the Assembly. Vetoes must be overridden in both chambers in order to undo them. 2 of the votes today attempted to undo partial vetoes Evers made in July to the Senate budget passed by the GOP-controlled legislature. All right, let's take a breather.
A little bit of calm that we all need looking out at that river.
The Wisconsin River up near Sauk City.
Yeah.
Nice Friday, rain Saturday, question mark. Jacob's in the backyard enjoying the sunshine.
It's very funny, you know, I don't remember ever having first weather this late in the show, but it's totally understandable today. Not a lot going on for the next 24 hours. We're seeing very nice conditions right now, very clear skies, 71 right now in Madison, our entire area in the 70s. But I want to backtrack a little bit and take a look at the low temperatures from this morning. Parts of our area up in Juneau and Adams County actually dropped below freezing. It's because we've been so dry, and when the air is dry, temperatures rise and fall much more dramatically. Now, like I mentioned, we are seeing very clear skies, and that's the case for really all of Wisconsin. There is some rain in Minnesota, and that's the rain that could impact our area late tomorrow and Saturday. But for most of the day tomorrow, it's going to be pretty nice. Now, looking at the forecast for this evening, we'll see pleasant conditions. Temperatures will drop into the 60s, maybe even upper 50s before the evening is over. And then as we look towards the overnight hours, we'll see low temperatures in the lower 50s. Still a little cool, but not quite as cool as last night. And then for tomorrow, we are going to see very nice weather with highs in the upper 70s. So we'll be a bit warmer, but also be a bit cloudier. But like I mentioned, we do have the chance of rain late Friday and Saturday. I'll talk more in detail about that and talk about a warm-up for next week, all coming up later in the show.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. A grand jury has indicted Hunter Biden, President Biden's son, this afternoon on federal firearms charges.
In July, Hunter Biden entered into a plea agreement with the U.S. Justice Department, but the deal fell apart in court. Natalie Brand has the latest from Capitol Hill.
President Biden's son Hunter is facing 3 criminal counts related to his possession of a firearm. The indictment alleges Hunter Biden knowingly made a false and fictitious written statement when he bought a weapon in 2018 and unlawfully possessed the gun as a drug user.
They all relate to false statements on a federal form in which Hunter Biden purchased weapons, and he said, "I am not using drugs," when in fact he was using drugs.
The charges come a little more than a month after the Justice Department appointed a special counsel in the probe. An earlier plea deal fell apart in July over questions about an unusual diversion agreement. The indictment comes as House Republicans launched a formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden, centered in large part around Hunter Biden's business dealings.
Do you believe the president went to Cafe Milano and had dinner with the clients of Hunter Biden, who believes he got those clients because he was selling the brand?
So far, no hard evidence of any wrongdoing by the president has been uncovered.
House Republicans spent this morning talking about their illegitimate impeachment inquiry, which is nothing more than a partisan political stunt.
The special counsel overseeing Hunter Biden's case has indicated that tax-related charges that were part of the previous plea deal could still be filed. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And if convicted of the gun charges, Hunter Biden could face a maximum sentence of 25 years in prison and fines of up to $750,000.
In a statement, Hunter Biden's attorney accused the special counsel of bending to political pressure. We're on the verge of a historic strike by tens of thousands of auto workers. Without a deal, UAW members plan to walk off the job at midnight. The United Auto Workers Union entered negotiations with Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, seeking up to a 40% raise a 32-hour work week, a return of pensions, and the reversing of concessions made during the Great Recession in 2008, when the Big Three teetered on the verge of collapse. But over the last decade, automakers have banked robust profits, more than $20 billion so far this year alone.
The Big Three can afford to immediately give us our fair share. If they choose not to, then they're choosing to strike themselves.
Economists say even a 10-day strike of the Big Three would cost the economy $5.6 billion, nearly $1 billion of that being lost wages by auto workers.
An American cave researcher who was trapped 3,000 feet underground in Turkey for 11 days is sharing his incredible story of survival. Mark Dickey was more than a half a mile below ground exploring with his fiancée when he began suffering from stomach bleeding. Teams from Europe and Turkey helped devise solutions to help the 40-year-old New Jersey native survive. That included widening some of the cave's narrow passageways. During most of the rescue, Dickey was cocooned in a stretcher, hooked up to an IV, and with the doctor always at his side.
Caving is not inherently a dangerous sport, but you're in a dangerous location. There's this point that you cross, which is kind of like you get hurt after this and you very well might die, right?
Doctors are still looking for what caused Dickey's medical emergency, but he says as soon as doctors give him the green light, he'll go back underground and continue his cave exploration.
A horrific rape downtown has left the city of Madison in shock. A suspect is behind bars, but the case has grabbed the attention of national news. Specifically, the national network Fox News published a headline claiming a defunded Madison Police Department was tied to the attack. And for the record this week, host Naomi Cole sat down with Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes to set the record straight.
You blame this kind of attack on quote-unquote defunding Madison police?
I would not. I think that headline is certainly disrespectful to our survivor in this case. As far as defund the police, I don't know what their definition of defund the police, but during my administration in just 2.5 short years, we've added 14 police officers.
Naomi also asked the chief about his future plans in Madison after he was a finalist for Chicago's top police position. Tune in for that full conversation this Sunday at 10:30.
Well, celebrations are due here at News 3 Now and our news website, channel3000.com. We have a couple of Best of Madison award winners. Channel3000.com has won Best Local News Website, and our very own Charlotte Deleste won first place in the TV personality category. Congratulations to Charlotte and to channel3000.com, where you can find out more about the Madison Magazine's Best of Winners.
Don't we need a shot of Charlotte just like waving? Charlotte! She's busy.
She's busy.
Meeting her fans.
That's right. Polishing their little award. Halloween right around the corner, and some students in Europe are getting a first-hand lesson in being a vampire.
Ooh, they're taking classes right under the gaze of Dracula himself. That story is just ahead.
Don't miss the spectacular September mattress savings at Ashley. Queen mattresses up to 75% off. Get a Serta Perfect Sleeper, 2 pillows, and 4-piece sheet set for only $14 a month. Plus, fast free delivery on in-stock items. Only at Ashley.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Get 11% off everything at Menards and take care of all your automotive needs. From tools and accessories to maintenance and everything in between. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. Trust Menards to help out with all your automotive needs. Protect your boats and recreational vehicles with RV and Marine antifreeze. Its burst-proof protection is formulated to defend freezing temperatures down to negative 50 degrees. Pick up a gallon for $2.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Gruber Law Offices, you pay us nothing until we win your case. We don't get paid until after you get paid. It costs you nothing to get the help you need after a serious accident. The call, free. The consultation, free. Our team can answer your questions and handle your concerns for free. Let our team get you the results and compensation you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Don't miss the spectacular September savings at Ashley. Everything is on sale with discounts up to 75% off. Save on sofas, sectionals, bedroom sets, and more. Plus, fast free delivery on in-stock items. All at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. A 53-year-old endurance athlete has become the first person to swim the entire length of New York State's Hudson River unassisted and without a wetsuit.
He's wild, isn't he?
He is.
Lewis Pugh ended his month-long journey yesterday at the lower tip of Manhattan, 315 miles from where he started south of Lake Placid. You know, just 315 miles.
Yeah.
Well, the British-born swimmer says this kind of adventure wouldn't have been possible 50 years ago. Look at him go. The Hudson had been highly polluted, but decades of cleanups and tighter regulations have helped transform the water. Pugh says he never got sick while swimming the Hudson, and it's a powerful example of how a river can rebound.
This is an incredible story. It's a story about a river which was so heavily polluted and it's been turned around. My mission now is to take this message around the world to other rivers that, you know, your rivers can be saved.
Pugh is the United Nations patron of the ocean and says he will take his message to the United Nations members next week.
It is a remarkable feat, that's for sure. Well, the NFL Players Association is calling on the league to switch artificial fields to real grass after Aaron Rodgers' Achilles tear. But it's not just the big names that have their games on turf.
Catherine Merck spoke with Verona High School's athletic director about the safety factors at play.
Yesterday, the NFL Players Association's executive director called a switch away from artificial fields, quote, the easiest decision the NFL could make. He says it's a matter of career preservation with these injuries on these fields. But do the stats support this? Take a look at this graph from the Associated Press. The union released studies from 2012 through 2022 arguing a significant increase in non-contact injuries on artificial surfaces versus grass. Here at home, Verona High School has a turf football field. The athletic director told me he isn't seeing an issue with the turf at the school, but keeps safety a priority.
As of where a lot of high schools stand, from what I've heard, you know, turf is still a luxury, I guess you can say. But you know, obviously, it's a story that will continue moving kind of forward with people like Aaron Rodgers and others talking about safety concerns around it.
If you look at that 2021 mark when the lines are close, the NFL has defended the use of turf with that, saying injuries on both surfaces were very close. After Rodgers' injury, I spoke with a sports rehab expert at UW Health about the patients he sees coming in with these kind of injuries, and he told me he didn't see more athletes come in with injuries on turf fields compared to grass.
Catherine, thank you. Georgia Southern comes to Camp Randall this Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Running back Ches Malusi has already made a large impact on Wisconsin's offense this season after fighting through injuries for much of his Badgers career. He sat down with sports director Zach Hanley for this week's Wisconsin Huddle. Malusi says that they have a lot to learn from last week's game.
I mean, as soon as Sunday hit, you know, we watched it. You know, we saw what we needed to do better at.
and where we, you know, kind of some of the places where we lacked, and all you can really do is learn from it. And I mean, in a situation like that, you have a bunch of things to learn from, and in a weird way, it makes you better.
You can check out the full Wisconsin Huddle program this Friday at 6:30, right after News 3 Now at 6. That show's taped on Monday nights at 6:30 at Buck and Honey's in Sun Prairie, and you're all invited to come out and watch.
It's a good time. I've watched it.
And good food.
Yeah. Well, retail sales rose in the U.S. last month, buoyed by higher gas prices as spending on other items grew modestly. According to the Commerce Department, retail sales increased 0.6% in August. That's a slightly faster pace than July's revised 0.5% gain. It's also the 5th month in a row of growth. The big driver in the pickup in retail sales last month was spending at the pump. Gas station spending went up 5.2%. If you take out gas station sales, retail spending advanced at a more modest 0.2% in August from July.
On Wall Street, British chip maker ARM debuted on the public markets today and surged, and that's on all stocks higher. The Dow Industrials up 331 points, closing at 34,907. The NASDAQ added 112. The S&P 500 was up 37. Well, fall is all around us, from leaves starting to change color to pumpkin spice everything.
And with just more than 6 weeks to go before Halloween, some kids in Europe are getting into the spirit with some spooky lessons in becoming a vampire.
CBS's Ian Lee has the story from London.
These kids are in the midst of becoming vampire apprentices, but they're not out for blood, just some first-hand knowledge. At Forstünstein Castle in Austria, children learn fact from fiction about the original vampire, Vlad Tepes. You may know him as Dracula. This 10-year-old explains he was a count from Romania and he killed his enemies, but he wasn't a vampire because he didn't have fangs. The event, called Draculade, has kids cloaked in capes and armed with flashlights as they explore the creepy castle, all while Vlad looks down from this 17th century painting. Visitor Andrea Stupitz says, I want to educate my children so that they experience history in a lively way, and I think it's great to learn the story of Dracula in such a mystical castle. The man behind the myth lived in this castle in Romania in the 15th century and had a reputation as a cruel ruler. To punish the invading Ottomans, he impaled captured soldiers and left them on the side of the road to his capital, says this historian. With that kind of fame, it's probably best kids scurry after the fictional character instead. Ian Lee, CBS News.
You would love that.
I would have. I was a weird kid, so I would have had fun.
Dracula made the mainstream by the famous novel by Bram Stoker, published in 1897.
Holds up, I guess.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, are there aliens among us? Some viewers think so.
Dracula, aliens, is that type of show.
It's that time of year.
We'll show you the video that some feel are out of this world. That's coming up after Jacob's first WARN forecast.
A biker must always be on alert. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We'll fight for the compensation you deserve. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
Yeah, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. That's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Here's why you should make your next roof a metal roof from Sweeto Metal Roofing. We specialize in residential metal roofing, so you can be sure your new metal roof will look beautiful. And not only will it look beautiful when it's new,
your maintenance-free Sweeto Metal roof will look great for decades to come,
with no need for expensive upkeep or repairs.
Best of all, when you call Sweeto Metal Roofing, you'll speak directly with Mike and Mary Sweeto. So make your next roof
a metal roof
from Sweeto Metal Roofing.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We'll take a look at this. The Northern Lights put on a dazzling show over Scotland, lighting up the night sky behind a lighthouse on an island in South Wales. According to the UK's Met Office, the lights, or aurora borealis, reach peak activity around equinoxes in March and April, and again in September. And October's obviously sped up.
Pretty nonetheless. Was this just a couple of days ago?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, because there actually was the Northern Lights as far south as, the United States, but here in Madison, we had a lot of cloud cover Tuesday night, so we didn't really see it. Supposedly, I don't know if this is for sure, supposedly we got as far south as northern Indiana.
Really?
So, but fortunately, we did have the cloud cover that night,
Yeah,
though, so we
that
didn't really
doesn't
see
help.
It. Exactly, so.
So, well, maybe it's the time of year where they are quite frequent.
Yeah, and then we're going to have a lot of days of clear skies, so maybe one of those days will work out. But in general, we do have a few chances of rain and warmer temperatures for next week. I'll have the details after the break.
About our designer kids package or free lens upgrade. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
You got me.
Tag. You're it. Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Fry Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 4 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it is Thursday, which means we have to talk about the drought monitor, and we didn't really see a lot of changes across our area, but considering the current conditions, that's not necessarily good news. Still looking at severe drought for a lot of Dane County, extreme to exceptional drought to the north and west of Dane County, also extreme drought just to the south. Now, the one change, not necessarily for our area, but along Lake Michigan, areas near Milwaukee are now under abnormally dry, so there were some improvements out there. Now, here are the 3 things you need to know for the end of the week and for the first part of next week. We'll see comfortable temperatures tomorrow, going to be even warmer than what it was today, but we do have a chance of rain late Friday, and this includes Saturday as well. And then next week, after a brief cool down from the rain, we're going to see temperatures warming up to possibly the 80s for a couple of days during the middle part of next week before another round of rain is possible next weekend. So here's a look at the low temperatures for tonight. We'll see lows not as cool as last night, but still going to drop into the lower 50s. Areas to the west will be a bit milder with lows in the upper 50s, possibly even lower 60s. And as I mentioned, tomorrow is expected to be warmer, especially for the central portion of the state. Areas off to the west will be a bit cooler tomorrow, but here in Madison, we'll see highs in the upper 70s. Possibly some areas just to the south of Madison could get into the lower 80s, but in general, we're not expected to see temperatures exceed 80 degrees by all that much. For Saturday, after the rain moves through, we'll see cooler temperatures with highs in the lower 70s, and Saturday during the day will be the best chance of rain. So right now we aren't seeing anything on radar, and we're not expected to see anything on radar for the next 24 hours. But look off to the north and west, we're going to see the rain move into our area. It's going to take its time to get here, and it's going to dissipate a little bit as it enters our area. But then for Saturday, we will see some more showers develop. It does look like the heaviest will be kind of just the south of Madison, but much of our area will probably see rain at some point, although it may not be very heavy because we're mostly expected to see showers. A thunderstorm is possible, but not really expected. But then by the time we get to Sunday, most of that rain will be off to the east. We could see a few lingering showers, but again, not expect to see a whole lot with this rain. But the rain may impact the Badgers football game on Saturday, but because we're not expected to see thunderstorms, it's likely that we aren't going to see any scheduling changes, but just prepare for rain nonetheless if you plan on attending. Now, the rainfall is not going to exceed much more than 1/4 of an inch, maybe up to a 1/2 inch. In general, though, we definitely need a lot more rainfall to counter the drought. Now, here's the good news. We are expected to see several chances of rainfall towards the end of next week, right in time for the start of fall. But before that rainfall, we'll see high temperatures close to 80, possibly exceeding 80 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, possibly even Friday as well, where we could see those high temperatures in the 80s. But then beginning Thursday, where we have a slight chance of storms at night, as well as Friday, Saturday and Sunday next weekend does look like we do have a good chance of rain. So hopefully we get a good amount of rain to counter the drought that we've been seeing.
All right, thank you, Jacob. NASA announced today that an independent report found the space agency could play a crucial role in collecting more data on UFOs.
The report comes from experts and scientists charged with creating a sort of roadmap for NASA to help research UFOs, officially called Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, or UAP. The team found no hard evidence that the unexplained occurrences come from intelligent alien life. In response to the group's findings, NASA also says it's appointing its first director of UAP research. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson says it marks the first time NASA has taken concrete action to seriously look into UAP.
We will use AI and machine learning to search the skies for anomalies as we have been searching the heavens and will continue to search the heavens for habitability. And NASA will do this transparently. So while today is a significant step for NASA, it's certainly not our final step.
Nelson says artificial intelligence could possibly be used to mine vast data troves for answers, allowing scientists to cross-reference information. NASA will not publicly release the name of its UAP research director, in part because of the potential for harassment. A NASA official says those involved in the independent study faced harassment and abuse online.
Well, right here over the skies of Wisconsin, some of you looked up and saw something strange a couple of weeks ago. 2 viewers sent us videos of the object and asked for us to explain.
That's the subject of this week's Beyond the Barometer, and that's tonight at 6. Armand Rahman is here to talk us through what those cameras caught on tape. This is interesting.
Yeah, it really was.
Perfect timing with his NASA announcement.
I know, yeah, it couldn't have been better. They planned it, I guess. Well, the first warm weather team gets a lot of photos and videos, and most of the time they're able to have an idea of what folks are seeing, but sometimes even they're stumped. That's what happened to our meteorologist, Alex Harrington. So like a good scientist, he did his homework and reached out to others to offer their expertise. So these are the videos. They don't really do it justice, but if you look, you can see there is something orange and strange in the sky.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, and I spoke to one of the spotters. His name is Mike. He lives in Holman, Wisconsin, and he described it as solid looking, at times moving, and almost pulsating. This video was sent from another viewer in Baraboo, so they thought it could be a meteor, maybe even a UFO, but don't be alarmed. It wasn't either of those things. I won't give too much away. Alex will explain all that later at 6.
So who did you guys go to for help in identifying this?
Yes, so Alex went to 2 experts at UW-Madison. He went to Jim Lattis and Professor Steve Ackerman. Both of them work with atmospheric and oceanic sciences, and they were able to explain sort of what they think it is. It involves, without spoiling, it involves the sun, kind of the sun's rays kind of reflecting, and where you are in position on the Earth.
So are they certain about that, or is that just a theory?
Well, like all of science, I think a lot of it is a theory. They did say that. They said this is, their best idea of what it could be, but, I say keep on believing. That's got to be out there somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get right. Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny on the horn.
Yep.
We'll unlock the secret at 6.
Definitely.
Armand, thank you. Coming up next here on Live at 4, we take you back in time with our Traveler Throwback Thursday.
And then at 5, the UW system has released its enrollment for all the campuses, and there were some surprises.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we have a non-commissioned sales team, which is a polite way to say we don't really care whether you buy a practical Equinox, the rugged Silverado, or the speedy new Corvette. If you've been told no before, join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
When you pull up to someone's house, the first thing you see nowadays is their garage door.
Let Precision's experienced designers come to your home and help you select the perfect door for your house.
Precision is there to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Steinhoffel's is your sleep solution destination. Right now, you can get a Queen Beauty Rest mattress for only $3.99, or upgrade to the luxury and comfort of a Beauty Rest Black Hybrid and pay just $51 per month when you use our 72-month financing. Plus, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep? Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
You got me.
Ty, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
What do you win when you load up on local at Willie Street Co-op? Well, your health wins because your food is fresher, healthier, and more flavorful than food that's traveled long distances. Our community wins because you're putting your money back into the local economy through hardworking farmers and vendors. Our planet wins because you're helping to reduce packaging waste, preserve farmland, and protect water quality. So, next time you're at Willie Street Co-op, remember that choosing local food is a win-win-win for everyone.
Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning 9 awards in the Milwaukee Press Club Excellence in Wisconsin Journalism Competition, including top honors for Best Single Story or Feature Design and Best Feature Photograph. Wisconsin football launches into a new era with Luke Fickell at the controls. Meet the focused head coach who's setting the team's new course. And get ready for game day with your guide to Badger tailgating. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we're so serious about saying yes to your trade-in, we challenge you to bring us a no. We accept crazy things like old cowboy boots and an old office chair. Even that old junkie you didn't think would make it to the parking lot. Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
Tonight on News 3 Now, Planned Parenthood is now providing abortions in Wisconsin again. We'll find out what prompted that change and how it will impact Wisconsinites.
Friday will be very mild and dry. There is a chance for showers and thunderstorms Friday night and Saturday, but there'll be rain-free periods as well. Sunday will be sunny and dry. At 5, I'll let you know how much rain we can expect.
And ahead at 6, we follow up on a News 3 Now investigation. Madison photographers who faced allegations of unemployment fraud. They thought the nightmare was over, but it's far from it.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up at the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii. It's 2,064 degrees.
Look at that go.
Actually, 81 degrees.
81, just 81.
Away from the volcanic ash.
Yeah. It's better to just look.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of cool.
Well, when you think of a Wisconsin farm, there are certain things you expect to see.
But we visited a farm near Boston some 30 years ago that was home to some unexpected residents. Here's this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday.
I put him up in the morning after I feed him, and they stay there till 4 o'clock.
At the Riddlestein farm near Boston, you'll find pigs and chickens, standard Wisconsin farm fare. But you'll also find something else. Betty Riddlestein has a few other farm animals to show us. How about a dozen baby possums?
They are one of the most beneficial little fellas there is.
Betty's not especially fond of possums, but it doesn't matter. This brood, like thousands of other animals over the years, were brought to Betty, either orphaned or injured.
They were found on the road. The mother was hit, and the 8 of them were trying to pull her off the road.
For 30 years, Betty Riddlestein, a licensed animal rehabilitator, has given Mother Nature a hand. Orphaned possums or a nighthawk with a broken wing, it doesn't matter. Over the years, there have been thousands of animals, which Betty has given a second chance.
Is it getting better? Oh, yes, Mama's here.
These are her children.
Digger Odell, come on. Come on, Dig. This you Mama's?
This is Digger. It's not every farmer with a badger in the barn. Digger came into Betty's life on May 3rd, 1988.
He was 3 inches long and 2 inches wide, and no hair, no teeth, no fingernails or nothing when he came.
Now Digger has grown into 35 fierce-looking pounds, but looks can be deceiving. This guy's a lover, not a fighter.
He's gonna play. Digger.
But the time will come for Digger and all of the animals who make Betty's farm a temporary home. The time will come to head back to the wild. And that is a bittersweet moment around here.
You cry a lot. It's just like you raising children. You know, you hate to see them go when they go away to college. It's a weaning period, and pretty soon they're gone.
Digger will probably leave in August. That's the breeding season for badgers. When that day comes, Betty will cry. But she'll also know she did her job again, giving Mother Nature a hand.
He's got to go and have a life. Freedom is very precious.
And so, too, is Betty. Traveling near Boston, I'm Mark Kane, WISC News 3.
Got to pet a badger.
How about that?
There you go.
But you didn't scoop him up like she did.
No.
I love that.
No. They're kind of got big claws.
Yeah. Don't want to mess around. Well, I hope he's...
Well, that was a while ago. I'm not sure Digger's around anymore. Anyway, Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us next with the latest medical news.
And we'll talk about Sudafed, COVID, and maybe fish oil when Live at 4 continues.
Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Did you get hit with big energy bills this summer? You aren't alone, and we want to help. Because if your house was hot this summer, it's going to be cold this winter. And heating and cooling is by far the biggest energy user in your home. That's why our foam insulation is such a great investment. Our best offer of the year just ended August 31st. But to help you get ready for winter, we're going to extend it until September 22nd. When we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Talk to myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Why choose between a longer life or quality of life? You deserve both. And with Kisqali, a treatment for people with metastatic breast cancer, you can have both. Kisqali is a pill that, when taken with an aromatase inhibitor, is the only treatment of its kind shown to both help people live longer and improve or preserve quality of life. Because you shouldn't have to sacrifice one for the other. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Live longer and live well. Ask about Kisqali, and long live you.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's get to yours with an SUV like the Ford Edge with a bright 12-inch LCD touchscreen, the power of an EcoBoost engine to get up and go, intelligent all-wheel drive, and a panoramic Vista roof to get a better view of your world. Be future ready with Ford Edge. Choose FlexBuy on Edge and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
It's time now for your first warn traffic. Nothing out of the ordinary, at least too much. There is some slowdowns on the 151 towards Verona. There is also a slowdown on the 51, both north and southbound. Now, I'm not 100% sure what is causing the slowdown. It could just be backup. But overall, not looking too bad across, especially across the interstate, down south to Janesville, 70 miles per hour in both directions. Also up north to the Dells. This also includes in the Madison area, it's green on the interstate. And the Beltline, for the most part, looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit of a slowdown on the eastbound, but overall pretty good. And that's your first one traffic.
Jacob, thank you. An escapee led police in Springfield, Missouri on a wild chase. The culprit, a lemur on the loose. The ring-tailed culprit was a pet lemur, a primate native to Madagascar. The Springfield Police Department got a call that the furry fugitive was seen in a neighborhood park, and officers gave chase. Despite the lemur's speed, the officers refused to throw in the towel, although one tried to throw a towel over the animal in an effort to capture it. That didn't work. With the help of some passersby, the lemur was eventually rounded up, taken to animal control, and reunited with its owner.
Good thing he looks good in stripes after having this life of crime.
Didn't make that connection, but that's why you're here, Brady. Is over-the-counter Sudafed effective?
Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us today to talk more about that.
Hey, Zorba.
Hi, good to see you guys.
So they took the good stuff out of the Sudafed that was
there are two things for decongestant, phenylephrine and Sudafed. So phenylephrine is going to be eventually taken off the market because you can buy that in a decongestant over the counter. Sudafed is behind the counter because Sudafed can be used to make methamphetamine. So you can get it, but you got to ask the pharmacist, and then you can get probably a package or two, and there's some number. So it's not hard to get, but the reality is the other stuff was easier to sell, but it didn't work. So the feds did a number of studies and said, even though this drug has been on the market, phenylephrine, for 50 years, it hasn't been doing anything for 50 years. So if you have a cold, you got to go to a something like an over-the-counter decongestant behind the counter, Sudafed, which really does work, and then put on a vaporizer and, of course, mom's chicken soup. Campbell's works, but not as good.
Not as good that time of year.
The homemade stuff is better. Do you think that this will impact then how available the good stuff is? I know you said it's not.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the reason is it'll be like anything else. People are going to come and want to have all the Sudafed they can get, and I'm sure at some point there's going to be a bottleneck. So frankly, flu and cold season is not here. If you're worried and you want to have a decongestant, probably now is the time to go and get one and stock up. That's a really good point.
And the new COVID vaccine is coming out next month. It'll be available.
Right. It's coming out now, but now we think it doesn't exactly do the latest COVID that's here. But let me tell you, if you've had the primary series, and if you haven't been vaccinated in maybe 2 years, it's really good to get it. I also recommend everyone really get flu vaccine every year, COVID vaccine every year, and of course the new RSV vaccine for everyone 60 years of age and older. And that's a one-time vaccine.
I'm running out of arm space here.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you know, people always say there may be side effects. I'm really worried about it. My arm may hurt, and I may, you know, feel a little bit feverish. And I think, well, you may be side effects, but if you look at RSV, it kills 15,000. That's 15,000, 15,000 adults a year. That's a lot of adults. And you look at influenza, it kills 50 to 70,000 people a year. And then COVID, a lot more. So the reality is, your arm hurts, you feel a little, you know, a little bit off, but you're not going to die when the virus.
Now, I heard if you get the COVID vaccine and the flu vaccine at the same time, it supercharges your immune system.
Get all three. COVID.
At the same time?
Absolutely, get all three. Yeah.
Ready for this?
No, all three. Your arm may hurt, but actually they do supercharge. They do supercharge. Because your body's immune system just goes, hey, I've got to do something. So all the vaccines give you a better result. So even though your arm may hurt, and we know this, for instance, with infants, because when they come in the office for vaccines, they often get now 4 vaccines at one time. So yes, get them all at one time.
And they complain about the sore arms, these infants.
Yes, they will. Yeah, infants, right. That's right.
Well, we also teased fish oil, so now that's not a good thing anymore?
Well,
no, it is a good thing again.
You know, I go back and forth on fish oil. Fish, first of all, is really important.
Yeah.
Having fish, we know, at least twice a week, really makes a big difference in terms of your health and longevity. Fish oil has really not been proven to help with inflammation, arthritis, and so on. It has not really been shown to reduce the incidence of stroke. It has been shown to drop triglycerides for people who have really super high triglycerides. It's important. And I tell people, you know, 1 out of 6 people over 65 take fish oil. Why don't you just eat fish twice a week and forget about the oil?
Yeah, the Mediterranean type diet.
That's it, the Mediterranean diet. It turns out salmon is the best thing you can get, or what I used to have when I was a college student, sardines.
Oh, yeah.
Cans of sardines.
Did you put them on a cracker or anything? Or?
They're really good on a cracker. Yeah, sardines are really good. You like sardines?
I put them in things. In salads and stuff.
But that's a really good, actually, that's a very good point.
When you make pizza sauce, you have anchovies in there.
And sardines.
How about tuna?
Tuna's good. Tuna's good. Tuna's good. See,
all right.
see,
there
we're
we go.
all ready.
Back and forth. Thank you, Zorba.
Pleasure to be here.
The final check your forecast coming up.
The extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every $1,000 you spend. Or get up to $700 off select adjustable mattress sets, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
It's the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every $1,000 you spend. Or get up to $700 off select adjustable mattress sets, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Tonight on News 3 Now, Planned Parenthood is now providing abortions in Wisconsin again. We'll find out what prompted that change and how it will impact Wisconsinites.
Then Republicans vote to fire Wisconsin's top elections official. Will Keneally breaks down the fallout. That's next at 5.
Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show, Wisconsin Huddle. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Wisconsin Huddle, Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Here's one final look at your forecast. For tomorrow, we're going to see pretty nice conditions, but we do have a chance of rain later in the day, and that will continue into Saturday. So the chance of rain Saturday will likely impact the Badgers football game, so just be prepared if you plan on attending. Now for next week, we're going to start out pretty close to normal, highs around 70, lower 70s, but then we're going to rise to around 80 for the middle of the week and maintain dry conditions. But then for next weekend, it does look like we have a good chance of rain as we start fall, especially for next weekend. Now it's still over a week out, so a lot can change between now and then, but it's becoming increasingly more likely that we do have a good amount of rain there. But overall, temperatures are going to remain relatively comfortable with a bit of a warm-up for the middle of next week.
All right, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live Before the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver have the best animal stories of the week.
And travel correspondent Wendy Gillette checks out some unexpected wine hotspots, and they're all over the world.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
A 33-year-old woman has fenders and a new headlight installed on her bike, but the parts are badly designed and cause her to crash. She never walks again. She decides to hire Habish, Rotier, and she receives $14.5 million. The Habish team negotiates with the headlight manufacturer in Germany, the fender company in Hong Kong, the fender designer in Madison, and the bike shop in Seattle. It is literally the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Precision is very proud of our 5-star reviews. I do everything I can to go above and beyond for repairs. No, I'm not an actor. I'm a garage door tech. That's what I do here at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
In today's Final Touch, a dog groomer in California is taking the profession to new heights.
He has a luxury dog grooming business based in San Diego. Gabriel Fiestosa discovered his love for grooming pups in his native Brazil when he was just 12 years old. Now, dog owners from around the country shell out between $500 and $1,200 to transform their dogs into loving, living sculptures like a leopard. Fiestosa says that he loves bringing joy to his customers. He also says all the products used on the dogs are non-toxic. So far, he says he's done hundreds of transformations with no cases of allergies. He also has online professional classes so groomers around the world can learn more about his craft.
Now hear me out.
Don't
Louie
even
and
bring it
Oliver,
up.
it's time for a new look. It's a new season.
I guess for the new season.
Yeah.
We'll have to.
That's animal cruelty.
That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.